Do you play Dungeons and Dragons?
Do you like fun?
Hey, so do we.
I'm Max.
I'm Ben.
And this is D&D Ideas.
Sometimes we talk about Dungeons and Dragons.
Sometimes we talk about Dungeons and Dragons and life.
Either way, the goal's the same. How to have more fun.
Today we're talking about how to make your game sessions their absolute best.
Seriously, better than ice cream, better than puppies, better than drugs.
What if we told you your gaming sessions can be that good?
And then what if we told you it wasn't even that hard, you could literally start doing it in your next session?
Would you?
What if we told you it was as easy as driving a car?
A car with, say, I don't know, like 6 pedals.
Pedals and cars are a perfect way to think about fueling the fun at your table.
Your game session is the car.
Each of the 6 pedals is a way that you can add fun fuel.
Step on a pedal, i.e. do the thing, and you help your car, your game of Dungeons & Dragons, go faster.
Easy enough, right?
Yeah, sort of, except that each one of these pedals also comes with a no-fun brake.
Just like there are things you can do to gas up and increase the fun, there are things that you can do to slam on the brakes and decrease the fun.
Or you can just coast, using neither the gas or the brake.
Press a pedal and add more fun, take your foot off it and coast, or slam on the brakes.
That's how fun works. You can promote it, you can squash it, or you can let it ride.
But don't kill the fun at your table, fuel it.
Yeah, the first pedal is focus.
If you're familiar with some of our other videos, you know how he is about focus.
Yeah, well, that's because focus is the pedal that turbocharges your game session and makes the engine purr.
Focus means paying attention to the game when it's not your turn.
I know. It's a lot more fun when it is your turn, and it's a lot easier to pay attention when you're having fun.
Couple that with these little distraction devices we have in our pockets, and yeah.
Pressing the first pedal means paying attention to the game when it's not your turn. Slamming on the brakes means succumbing to distraction.
Social media, doom scrolling, non-essential interneting, side conversations. Each of these is a no-no fun break.
I'm old and I'm weird. If I had it my way, we'd all be using paper and pencils and pouring through books. However, I do appreciate that 2002 was 20 years ago.
It's okay. You're allowed to use technology at the table. Using the slew of digital resources available to you can make the game easier, and this is essential interneting at your table.
But nothing, and I mean nothing, will slam on the no fun brakes faster than a room full of people each doing their own thing on their phones until it's their turn.
Nixing non-essential interneting is like coasting in neutral. If you really want to fuel the fun, try this.
Respond to what the other people in your group say and do it in a positive way.
Because pedal 2 is yes and.
Another concept we've talked about before and you can check out there.
Yes and comes from improv comedy. It's the idea that you're always additive.
Want to hear those tires screech and give everyone at your table whiplash? Say, no, that's a terrible idea. You're stupid.
Example. Wow, that is a cute kitten.
No, it's not. Kittens are ugly, cats are dumb, and you're stupid.
See, that didn't go anywhere. Max killed the fun because Max is a soulless monster.
Now, instead of slamming on the brakes, I'll give it some gas.
Wow, that sure is a cute kitten.
Aw, it's adorable. Reminds me of my buddy Chuck. I never was the same after the accident.
This time, not only did Max say yes to what I offered, but he also said and by adding another detail.
This spirit of everyone being constructive and additive will add tons of fun to your game sessions.
Yes. And it also doesn't mean you always have to agree with what's being said.
Ooh, good call. Ben is correct. You can yes and disagree. Doing so means acknowledging what the other person said in a positive way.
Oh, nice, Max.
Giving a compliment, saying something kind, and then proposing your idea.
I like where your head's at. What if we did?
Bonus points if you can include what someone else at the table proposed too.
What if we did what she said first, then that one thing that you said, and then boom, my thing maybe.
Our next pedal is active listening.
I think we all know it's possible to hear and not listen.
Huh?
Exactly. Most of us automatically hear what's happening around the table when it's not our turn.
But how often do you actually listen?
This is where the active part comes in. You've got active listening versus passive hearing. Passive hearing presses the brakes. Active listening accelerates the game.
This one is tricky, and not even because of all the distraction reasons we've covered already. Passive hearing is cunning.
You know how sometimes you'll be talking to someone and nodding along, but the whole time you're really just thinking about what you're going to say or what you're going to have for dinner.
That's not active listening.
No.
That's passive hearing plus thinking.
You want to actively listen with the goal of understanding what's going on and tracking what's happening in the game, not just responding to it.
Which is a whole hell of a lot easier when you step on the next pedal.
Know thyself.
90% of the time I slam on the passive hearing brakes, it's because I'm scrambling, shuffling papers around, flipping them over, trying to figure out all the things that my character can do.
The better you know your character, the easier active listening becomes.
Scrambling to figure out what you can do takes a lot of bandwidth. Having mastery over your character, their abilities, items, spells, frees it up.
This is the first part of Know Thyself. Know your character like the back of your hand. Know their items, their spells, feats, and what they can do.
If you actively listen, understand the situation, and know what you can do, then oftentimes the answer to the question, "What should I do?" is real obvious.
Actively listening to understand and knowing yourself lead to responding quickly.
Responding quickly keeps the game moving.
A game that moves fuels the fun.
Slamming on the no fun brakes here happens when you don't have a good grasp of what your character is even capable of.
There's also a second, subtler meaning to the Know Thyself pedal, and that's knowing yourself as a player.
Dungeons & Dragons is a complicated game with many moving parts, and complexity increases as characters level up.
New powers, new spells, new items. Each of these is something else you have to remember about your character in order to truly know them.
So, if you're new to Dungeons & Dragons and maybe don't have the best grasp of the mechanics yet, choose a simple character.
Some classes and subclasses are easier than others. General rule of thumb, spells be hard.
I've been playing this game for over half my life, and that Abjure Wizard Tank build from D4, which I use for Rose Up, awesome, but also...
Every second you spend looking something up is a second you spend not playing games.
And you know what's fun? Playing games!
With the Know Thyself pedal floored, turns go quickly.
The quicker turns go, the quicker it'll be yours again, which we've already agreed is fun.
It's not all about you, true neutral.
Alas, Ben, you are correct. Which is why the next pedal is put the party first.
If you're playing D&D, you're part of a party or a team.
And being a good teammate is how you fuel the fun in your session.
Being selfish or a bad teammate is a great way to slam on the no fun brakes.
Good teammates share the spotlight and allow everyone on the team to contribute and have a say.
But being a bully, shitting on other people's ideas, telling them how to play their character and what they should be doing, these just jam on the brakes.
Not cool. Jam. Yes. It's like you and your group are a band and you're trying to make the best music.
Too much drums will drown out everything else, Tony.
If the vocals are soft, they can get lost.
Wailing guitars or screechy horns can run the risk of taking the listener out of that moment.
The best songs, the best music is a synergistic blend of alchemy where the sum is greater than the parts.
In D&D, this means allowing each person around the table to be involved and add their unique sound to the story and session.
Everyone around your table deserves a kick-ass solo. When it's their time, help them shine.
Or, sports ball analogy, don't be a ball hog and try to win the game all by yourself, all right, LeBron?
Love you, LeBron. The last pedal you can press to make your game sessions as fun as possible is direction.
Dungeons & Dragons is a collaborative storytelling game of often epic proportions.
Meaning, there is an insane amount of information to keep track of, and I'm not even talking about your character, which we've already covered.
We mean narratively, story-wise.
The plot, the NPCs, the intrigue, sometimes even the laws of the universe. It's a lot.
Especially at high levels, which is why direction is such an important pedal.
Putting the direction pedal to the metal means everyone being clear on what's going on, big picture, and what the next step is.
Slamming on the brakes is being utterly lost, confused, and unsure about what to do next.
Sometimes this pedal will get pressed for you, like when your game session ends in the middle of a dungeon. Your next step is finish the dungeon.
But other times, like when you finish a quest or you get your reward and the world is your shellfish of choice, it's like someone threw a brick on the no fun brakes.
The paradox of choice. When there are so many different options you can choose, it can be hard to choose.
Just like picking something on Netflix. And that, friends, is what we mean by being utterly lost, confused, and unsure about what to do next.
Now, the direction pedal is like the Know Thyself pedal as well. It has two parts. The first one comes at the end of sessions, and the second at the beginning of sessions.
It goes like this. End your sessions in a clear place when you can, and when you can't, discuss your next steps.
The dungeon example we used is a clear place. The next steps are obvious.
The end of the quest example is not a clear place. What the party wants to do next is totally open-ended.
If and when you find yourself ending a session in the muck with some murk, then as people are packing up or logging off,
say, hey guys, that encounter was really crazy, right? I mean, what do we want to do next?
all you're looking for here is broad strokes.
There's a reason we call this pedal direction and not destination.
Talking through the next few steps will do your DM a huge favor.
DMs, we know it's a lot of work that you do to do what you do, and we love you for it.
Giving your DM a sense of what to prepare for the next session prevents them from having to prepare for everything, which is impossible.
That's the first part of this pedal. The second part is talking about direction at the start of your sessions.
I know it sounds so simple, it's stupid, but trust, it works.
Start your sessions off by getting everyone on the same page and just watch what happens.
There's something about having clear goals at the start of a gaming session that works wonders. It's like fun lube. It just makes the other pedals glide.
That does sound like fun. And again, broad strokes. DMs, I promise you, we're not asking you to give your players major spoilers.
God, no, please surprise the hell out of us with your twists and turns. That's a great way to fuel fun.
It's just like a rough draft of a sketch we're looking for at this point.
Yeah, DMs, when the next steps are obvious and clear, then start your game sessions by saying them.
All right, the party has fought hard. You've made it to the middle of the labyrinth on your quest to do the thing that we're doing, and you have rested well through the night.
You've given no new details. You've simply pointed the party in the direction of go finish the dungeon.
Or when things are unclear, well, congratulations, you all did the thing. You got your rewards, and last week, what was it? You said you wanted to spend that money, talk to that guy about the thing, and check in on your mount, Kevin, with a Q.
Again, nothing crazy, nothing new, no spoilers, just, hey, we're gonna go this way today.
The beautiful thing about these pedals,
they're fun,
is you don't need anyone's permission to start using them.
You can literally show up to your next session and add fun fuel to your game all by your lonesome.
Chances are, without having to say a word to anybody, the other people around your table will start to pick up on these behaviors and maybe start modeling them too.
Yeah, no, turns out fun is like contagious or something. Who knew?
We all like fun. Or if your group is cool with getting a little meta, tell them you learned some things from an obscure little YouTube channel in the mountains and you want to try them out.
Assure your DM it has nothing to do with mechanics or builds or homebrew or any of those scary things, just some simple things that everyone around the table can try to add more fun to your sessions.
And whether you want to lead by example or have a conversation about it, we've made you this.
Yeah, totally free. It is one page. It's got all 6 pedals, how you can press them, and how you might inadvertently be slamming on the no fun brakes.
Take it, use it, have more fun.
Please.
Hey, thanks for watching.
We appreciate it.
Just like we'd appreciate a little algorithm love, leave a comment down below. Hit that thumbs up.
Yes, praise be the algorithm.
Do you have a D&D idea you'd like us to talk about? Cast sending.
Our email address is down there.
If you like to have fun, subscribe. Tell a friend.
To everyone who does and has, thank you. Subscribers are how we level up here at PeakD&D.
Be an active listener. Enable your notifications so you know what's going on.
PeakD&D, Dungeons and Dragons, Saturdays, and some other days too sometimes.
Until next time, have more fun. And we'll see you at the peak.